Hey guys, so now I'm going to be starting the general walkthrough of the interior. So I'm going to kind of ramble here about some of the basic house specifications while I go through and just walk some of the rooms and stuff, and then I'll go through a couple of specifics. And then after that, I'll go through room by room and kind of hit all of the basic details of the house. So just starting off, general specifications of the house. The house is 1,761 square feet. So not super huge, but also not super small. It has 4 full bedrooms, as well as 2 full bathrooms. And by full bathroom, we mean a bathroom that has both a toilet and a shower. And each of the bedrooms, so this is one of the normal bedrooms here, each of the bedrooms is at least 11 feet by 11 feet. So that means that they're not super tiny, which, you know, is useful in terms of bedroom size. All of the rooms in the house, also, this was a big deal for me, all of the rooms in the house have at least 1 window. Some of them have 2 even. And so this means that you're never gonna feel super trapped. You're always gonna have plenty of natural light in the house, which I like a lot. In terms of the floor plan of the house, if we come out and look across the living room here, so all of the shared areas are really connected. So the living room here, and then the dining area over where that chandelier is, and the kitchen here, well, it's all completely open. So this open floor plan house, lots of connected space, you know, which will be great for carrying conversations across things. Let me see, another thing in the house, we have blinds with the house. So by blinds, we mean these things on the windows here where you can, you know, block light. So if you only want about half the light to come in, you can put them down some. If you want to block more light, you put them down completely. I really like blinds because they give you options. So you can have kind of a little bit of light, all the light, or no light whatsoever. The other cool thing, of course, is blinds can be pulled up. You grab the rope over here and you just pull straight up, and you know, that's the blinds. To take them back down, kind of go more at an angle, and then you pull gently and then lower it slowly, and that will take the blinds back down. Can also open the windows. I think I mentioned that when we were doing the walkthrough outside earlier, and that's really useful because we have screens on the windows, which is good because it keeps the bugs out. So those are the blinds in the house. Let me see other things here. Let me talk about buying new for a second. So I am buying this house new from a local construction company in the area, which means this isn't a house that someone has lived in before. I am the first owner of it. One of the cool things about that is that I have all of the part numbers for the materials used in construction. So the vinyl plank flooring you see here, the granite for the countertops, the material on the backsplash here, I have all of the part numbers used in the construction of the house. And so if something breaks or chips, or I want extra work done, well, I know what materials were used. Now, it might be kind of hard to track down the supply, like the supplier of these things, but at the least I know exactly what went into every part of the house. I also have the exact paint color here on the walls. And in fact, they even left me a bucket of touch-up paint. So that's up in the attic in the garage right now. But if I ever scuff a wall or, you know, mess something up, well, I have the paint already on hand to go do the repairs. And even if I didn't, I know exactly what color it is because I have that. Again, because the house is new construction and the builder took the time to give me all of this information. Now, as to the process of buying new, I actually went through with the builder superintendent and the listing agent, and we went through and we did what was called blue tape the house. And so we walked through all the rooms in the house, any visual imperfections we saw in the paint, you know, from installing fixtures or whatever, we put a piece of blue tape next to it. So there were, I don't know, a couple hundred pieces of blue tape through the house once we finished with it. But after that, we went back and then we had another inspection right before closing. There are still a couple outstanding things here. You know, my roommate and I are not moving in immediately because we have to set up appliances and stuff. So just for example, here in the master bath, there will be a towel bar over on this wall eventually. They just, I guess, didn't have one on hand immediately. One of the windows is also cracked in one of the front rooms, and that will get replaced eventually once the supply chain issues iron themselves out. And there's a couple other minor things. But you know, they'll come do that. So we have these walkthroughs with the builder where they fix all the issues that you have with the house right then and there. Now there is a warranty on the house as well. So all of the construction is warranted for 1 year. So that's basically everything in the house. Now I say everything, the appliances here. So the microwave and the stove, so microwave here, stove here, and then dishwasher over here. Well, these are all GE appliances, and the warranties for these actually go through GE. Now, one of the reasons why the builder goes with GE appliances specifically is because GE has this warranty, somewhat a little bit better than maybe some of the other warranties like Whirlpool or LG or whatever. Now, how the warranty generally proceeds is that there's a warranty email for anything that's not an emergency. So if it's just something is kind of not working right in the house and you want to get it repaired or looked at, well, you can kind of email the warranty email, and then in a couple of days, I don't know exactly what the timetable is, but not urgent, they'll come by and they'll fix it. I mean, in the warranty period at least. Now, if you have an emergency situation, like it's 100 degrees outside and your AC isn't working, or you have water gushing out of a wall, or things like that, well, the builder gives an emergency contact number, as well as emergency contact numbers for all of the contractors. So HVAC, plumbing, electrical, they all have emergency numbers for the people who they use to construct the houses. So the people who put the systems in here. Now, the other cool thing about this process is because the builder is local, they build a lot of houses in the local area, well, they kind of stand behind the houses in general. And so even outside of the 1-year warranty period, if I ever want to, do an addition to the house or have work done on something, I can kind of contact them and be like, hey, I want to do X thing. Do you have recommendations of people who I could get the work done by, or things I should watch out for in terms of how the wiring is set up, or all that sort of thing, because the builder is here and they have this presence. Now, you don't want to abuse this privilege, that's not fair to them, that's not the point of it, but they do stand behind the construction and they're kind of willing to make recommendations concerning how the house was built, because they know exactly, where the wires are and how things are set up plumbing wise and all of that. And so it's really cool having that resource close to you. So that's kind of just my thoughts on the new construction process and the warranty. Of course, it is more expensive, but you also kind of get out what you put in. So unlike just throwing the money away, it is kind of more properly viewed as an investment. And so when you buy new, well, when you sell later, your house will also have a higher value than if you had bought used to begin with. All right, so that was kind of my rambly thoughts there on the warranty and the buying new process. And so I've kind of just paced around in the room here as I've been talking. And the next thing that I'm going to do is go through room by room and talk about specific details in the house. And this will probably be kind of like the longest section on the video walkthrough here, because there's going to be kind of a lot to cover, but that's where I'll pick up again in just a second here.